Hi everyone, how's everyone doing here today? Just want to say thank you for watching, and today I wanted to talk about the simple concept of life goes on. And somewhere on TikTok I saw a book that you could find on Amazon. I'm not going to go into the title or the author because to me it's not worth reading. It basically entails explaining that somehow Donald Trump is like the next coming of God, like he's some kind of Messiah or the next Jesus. Yeah, okay. I get that we're all entitled to our beliefs and everything and stuff like that, but truth be told, I think anybody with an IQ over 30 will tell you that that is simply not true. Here's the problem I have with all that, is that for some reason, a lot of people, a lot of followers out there are still in this like cult-like state where they feel like they actually have to worship this person like he's some kind of cult leader. Now, they don't like to be told that. Some of them take offense to that. Like, we're not in a cult, really. I just saw something in a recent gathering where people were, I kid you not, they were being baptized in the name of Trump. In the name of Trump, baptism. Oh, but no, it's not a cult or anything like that. Listen, here's the simple thing, and to try and illustrate to you how the best way to describe it. It is possible to have a world without Donald Trump. I mean, let me just give you some quick hypotheticals. Let's say he died of natural causes of cancer. Or let's say he was actually charged with a crime, God forbid, and imprisoned for the rest of his life. Regardless of the charges, he no longer has access to Twitter or his Truth Social or any means of holding these silly rallies. What would happen? Now, some people are saying like stupid things like, oh, there would be like a civil war or something. Some are even claiming like there'd be a holy war, like they imprisoned the Messiah. How dare they? A civil war against who? Who are you going to fight against? Okay? The thing also about politics, it is not just about one person. It is not just about a single president. There are other politicians involved that they have to work with. There are, other heads of state that they have to work with. And it's the here and now we need to focus on. I get there's still some people that are going to drive around with their, like, all these Trump flags and everything. They're going to decorate their house with all this, like, Trump apparel. They're going to walk around and do all these other things. But, here's the thing. I get that you want to be supportive of someone, that you think they truly are doing the right thing. But Trump didn't do that. And even if you disagree with that, he's not the president now. Any campaigning he does is all for himself. It's not going to any campaign, in spite of the fact that he claims he's running in 2024. I voted for Joe Biden, but he wasn't the one I supported. I didn't wear any Biden apparel. I don't have any bumper stickers of his. I did, however, was pretty supportive of Bernie Sanders when he was trying to make his run in 2020. That didn't happen. And yes, I did have small things like apparel. Like some bumper stickers. I wasn't like off the deep end. My whole truck wasn't littered with Bernie flags. And guess what? When he didn't make it, when Joe Biden won the presidency, I stopped wearing the shirt. Why? Well, because I'm a mature person and I learned to move on. I learned to say that life goes on. And that's not the end of Bernie Sanders. He's still doing things to help the American people. Like he came out with the unionizing for the warehouse for Amazon a few months back. He's still trying to do things for people, unlike a grifter who's just trying to raise money for himself. Recently just put out these NFTs. Not for America, not for country, but just to paint himself in this surreal, unattainable image of him like as an astronaut, as a sheriff. And there are people out there that still continue to worship this person. And I can't wrap my head around it. I got news for you. America was around many years before Trump was even born, let alone his corrupt father, let alone his twisted family. I got news for you. When they're all gone, when they decease and move on, just like the rest of us, America will continue to prosper in some shape or form. I don't know how, but it will continue to move on. Why? Because he's not immortal. He's not the second coming of Christ. He's not some type of holy person. Eventually he's going to reach his dying end. And that'll be much it. There was one gathering which described him as a historical figure. Well, that I could see because he is a former president and he'll be talked about in history, school and education, in history as, decades down the road. As to how he'll be presented, I wouldn't call him God. I wouldn't say they're going to say he's godlike or anything like that. If anything, they'll just say he was the 45th president of the United States. He had some of these accomplishments and had some of these failures, and that's all there pretty much is to it. But if you're somebody that's worshiping this guy like a messiah, that is a very unhealthy way of thinking. It's the truth. It's not going to change whether you like it. You can scream about voter fraud. You can wear all the Trump flags that you want. But guess what? In the long run, nothing in America is going to change. Okay? Whether or not he runs again in 2024, who knows? But that's 2 years to come. So I'm focused on the here and now. I'm not focused on past presidents that or past candidates that I voted for and that didn't make it. I'm focusing on the candidates here and now. Yeah, I still focus on Bernie Sanders and give him support for the American people. I don't worship the guy. You're not going to see a whole bunch of flags or apparel on me, all right? And I show support for other politicians too that I think are going to help the American people. That's what you have to do. My advice, forget about Trump. Forget about Trump and move on. Why? Because life goes on. And this country will continue to go on without Trump and without us many, many years down the road. So, anyway, I hope you understand. Thank you for watching.